With all the craziness that the Republican Party has been doing in the last 6 months, screwing up everybody's economic bag and cutting Medicare and food stamps and foreign adventure wars and, the ICE Gestapo and all of the shit that they have been doing, most of the Republican representatives of the House have stopped doing town halls because they don't want to go and talk to their constituents because they know that they're going to get their ass chewed out by them. Anyway, but there is one guy. His name is Mike Flood of Nebraska, and he did a little thing. He went and had a town hall, and boy, did they give him a what for. Let's have a listen.
Fentanyl, drugs, human trafficking. And they had a choice between that and a candidate that said, close the border.
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. You need to hear this woman. This woman right here, she asked a very good question, and this was his. We'll get back to his answer in a second.
With 450 million FEMA dollars being reallocated to open Alligator Alcatraz and 600 million taxpayer FEMA dollars being used to now open more concentration camps, and ICE burning through $8.4 million a day to illegally detain people, how much does it cost for fascism? How much do the taxpayers have to pay for a fascist country?
I know she is an angry liberal. She's probably, just a single white lady, and she's got a whole house full of cats, and she has no man to love her. But are you going to pick on the woman for how she lives, or are you going to actually answer the question that she just asked? That is a shit load of money being spent on imprisoning brown people in this country and putting them into concentration camps as opposed to funding people's health care. And let's see what he has to say. Oh, they are not happy with him. Hey, you asked for this, buddy.
Americans went to the polls in November, and they had a choice between a Democratic candidate that had an open border.
Did not have an open border. Democrats never had an open border. Joe Biden deported 4 million people. In Donald Trump's first term, he deported 2.5 million. Joe Biden literally deported more people. Now, I am not saying that that's a good thing. That is definitely not a good thing. Joe Biden was basically giving credence to the Republican argument that we need to get rid of all of these illegals. So I am not giving Joe Biden credit for that. What I'm saying is that this whole open borders thing is absolute fucking horseshit.
No enforcement, fentanyl, drugs, human trafficking.
Who's doing the human trafficking now, man? You're snatching people off the street. You're deporting them to foreign countries or to concentration camps in this country. You are literally doing human trafficking. And by the way, during Joe Biden's term, when all of these southern governors like Greg Abbott and Ron DeFucking Sanctimonious down there were gathering up their immigrants and putting them on buses and planes and shipping them to blue cities, that is human fucking trafficking. Don't give me any shit about human trafficking. Y'all are the kings of this stuff.
And they had a choice between that and a candidate that said, close the border, get illegal immigrants out of our country, stop the fentanyls.
You had successfully had a president run on a policy of everything that's wrong with you right now, American people, all of your pain and suffering is due to the fact that we have immigrants in this country and trans people are competing against your kids in girls' sports. And he parlayed that into a fucking presidency. Now, I don't know if Republicans and the independents that voted for Donald Trump thought that this is the kind of thing that would actually happen. If they knew that Stephen Miller was going to be deporting 3,000 people, snatching up 3,000 people a day, if they'd have known that then, what they know now, would they be voting for that? I mean, maybe they were voting for something, and I guarantee you there are quite a few Republicans out there that were definitely voting to get rid of all of the brown people, without a doubt. But the majority of people that voted for Donald Trump, did they all think it was going to be this bad? I don't know about that, dog.
Stop the human trafficking. Stop the drugs. Stop the crime. Stop the violence. That's what Americans voted for. Americans voted for a border that is secure. And I support the president enforcing our immigration laws, which, by the way, were written by Congress.
I want to ask, why does it seem like when you make your voting decisions, they're based on capital rather than the working class? Billionaires and corporations got their tax issues enshrined into law forever, but the working class gets a no tax on tips or overtime that only applies to some of us, and now we wind up in a situation where we are.
And that whole thing, by the way, he's not wrong about that. That no tax on tips thing, that doesn't work for everybody. It does not. And the whole no tax on Social Security thing, that does not work for everybody either. And by the way, all of those are temporary measures that, you know, will go away at the end of his presidency, whereas the tax cuts for the billionaire class, that's permanent.
With all due respect, sir, the
Do we need to really listen to the
Republican
guy say?
Party, now more than ever, represents the heart and soul of the working class.
He just sit there and told you that how come your decisions always seem to benefit the wealthy and not the working class? And his answer is, no, we're here. We're really the working class people. Meanwhile, all the tax breaks went to the top 1%. All the benefits went to the top 1%. God damn, man. Just the gaslighting is just off the fucking charts.
These are the other important parts of the One Big Beautiful Bill. Next slide, please.
Oh, you hear him? Tax the rich, yo. Tax the rich.
Tensions erupting at a lawmaker's town hall.
Let's see. Did we got anything else on this thing here? Let it play out a little bit.
The House in summer recess. Many members are back home meeting with constituents, and for Nebraska Republican Mike Flood, things got a little bit testy last night, early and often, as he defended President Trump's policies and was confronted on issues from the economy to Jeffrey Epstein. Listen.
Why are you covering up the Epstein files?
Oh yeah, yet again another thing where I keep hearing Republicans say it's the Democrats that are hot. Honey, it is nothing. The Democrats are doing nothing but trying to get them to release those goddamn files. Mike Johnson, the leader of the House, literally shut down the government so they couldn't complete a vote on releasing those files. So let's see what he's got to say about that. Let's see if he defends Mike Johnson.
At the next pro forma session of the Congress, you'll find my name as a sponsor on a resolution from the House Rules Committee.
Why don't you do it now? Why don't you just say, hey, Mike Johnson, just let the vote go through, man? Ro Khanna and Thomas Massey are trying to get this thing through. Why not just let it happen right now? You know, on the next session. When you guys forget about the Epstein thing, then I'll go ahead and be a co-sponsor. Bullshit.
To release the Epstein files, to protect the victims and not re-victimize them again.
Honey, nobody is asking to see any fucking videos of any of the victims. Nobody has ever asked for that. You are using this as an excuse. Mike Johnson is using that as an excuse. You are lying. You know you are lying. Your lips are moving.
I am for the release of those records.
With us now, CNN political commentator Paul Begala and Brian Lanza, the former deputy communications director for the Trump 2016 campaign. Paul, what do you...
Let's skip to this.
The Republican Party, now more than ever, represents the heart and soul of the working class.
Oh, they just said that. Are they just repeating this? Hold on, is there anything else in here? I was hoping to get another good, cute
The
quote.
Republican Party, now more than ever,
What are they
represents
just,
the
why
heart
are they
and
just
soul.
Why are they just repeating this over and over again? Is there anything else on this? Tax the rich.
Thank you very much, and have a safe drive home.
Yeah, they weren't having it, man. Anyway, he was asked quite a few questions that he did not want to answer, but I mean, kudos to him for going out and actually talking to constituents, but I have to take away the kudos because he didn't give an honest answer to any of that shit. Republicans do not care about the working class. They are really good at selling the working class, to the working class, but they're not actually good or care to give the working class, any of the benefits. I remember back in 2024 when they were running, Donald Trump went to talk with a group of, I believe they were just like construction workers or no, they were in the automotive industry, selling automotive parts. And he went out there to talk to them while Joe Biden was actually doing something very similar, speaking with Sean Fain of the UAW and marching with actual union workers. Turns out that those people that Donald Trump went and spoke to were not union affiliated. So they don't really care about union workers. They don't care about, construction workers or line workers or anybody in the working class, but they're really good at selling it to their public. Donald Trump puts on an orange vest and does his best impersonation of a Village Person character with his little construction hat on and does his little, double jerk off the dick dance that he does. And, the working class Republicans love him, but he never, ever serves them. They are there to service him. He is not there to be a public servant. He doesn't care about the working class. He never has. I mean, if you need proof of that, just look at the big, beautiful bill. None of that shit went to the working class. It was $1 trillion for the military budget, $175 million for ICE. He blocked Medicaid. He cut taxes on government. He cut taxes on the wealthy. $3.5 trillion to the national debt. He raised the taxes on the bottom 80%. So the top 20% are the only people that got any benefit out of this bill. He cut $17 million. 17 million people will lose Medicaid because of this bill. He raised out-of-pocket costs for your Obamacare. That's going up this month. He reduced coverage for the disabled. He cut free school lunches. He kicked millions of people off of the ACA. He cut Medicare. Medicare is going to be cut because of PAYGO. The rules in PAYGO, when they don't have the funds for it, then Medicare gets cut. The Medicaid cut was in the bill. The Medicare cut is going to come from the lack of funds due to PAYGO. He killed wind and solar projects. Say goodbye to those jobs. He wants to do more oil drilling on public lands. He defund Planned Parenthood. He cut taxes on gun suppressors because that was such a big issue in America. He blocked Medicaid trans care, increased energy costs across the United States, $25 billion for the Golden Dome. And it was a huge handout to military contractors. Is any of that for the working class? Any of that shit? He did exactly the same thing in his first term. I do not know why people in the Republican Party continue to vote for him when he never does anything for you. When the grocery prices go up, your rents go up, your cost of living goes up, and you lose your job, is that what it's going to take for you to go, hey, wait a minute, this guy doesn't give a good goddamn about me, and none of my Republican representatives in the House could give a shit about me either. They're there to lick the boots of Donald Trump. When are you guys going to learn? How many times are you going to play yourself? Republicans, wakey, get it together. He is fucking you. Donald Trump literally scammed his own people with a meme coin 2 days before he was inaugurated. He ended up making $1 billion off of scamming his own supporters. Every time he sells some shoes or Trump Bibles or whatever the fuck he's selling, it's his people that buy it. And then they lose money on it. Donald Trump does not care about the working class. And when you finally realize that, we all have to suffer because of it. We're all going to be stuck in this recession. Hopefully, it's just a recession and not a depression. But we're all going to be suffering through this. But are you going to have a lived experience before you go, oh my God, I don't think Donald Trump has my best interest at heart? I know. And it's up to Democrats to not have to shame you and go, see, you fucked around and found out. I don't want to be that Democrat. I want to be able to be empathetic with you when you finally come around and realize this shit. But at the same time, you are causing the rest of us to suffer because you refuse to learn the one true thing is that Donald Trump lies all the fucking time and he does not give a good goddamn about you, the working class, the middle class, anybody but his rich friends, rich donors, and corrupt motherfuckers. Those are the only people that Donald Trump gives a good goddamn about. So when you finally get it, and you finally come around to what the truth is, I'm not going to say I told you so, but it's going to be really hard for me to give you a sympathetic ear. I'll just look at you and go, yeah, it sucks to suck. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Keep rocking.